Yeah, and I know it was easy for people to blame him because of like him being the biggest name involved with that, and also like the
Yeah,
the sensitive situation between him and Joe. So it was, you
yeah.
know, it might have not been the best
Listen,
move.
him and Joe been beefing. Him and Joe been beefing since 2001. You know, and like that whole situation, like you said, Panda, the people was going to point the fingers at him because that's the guy that Joe been going back and forth with for the longest. You know, and it's kind of crazy because I'm gonna be honest with you, right? When I look at the whole like Terror Squad thing, like they had a great movement. You know, me being a fan because I love Big Pun. Let me just say this. You know what I mean? My
Well, because you're Latino too, right?
I'm half. I'm half. I'm half. I'm half.
What are you?
I'm Jamaican, black, and Portuguese. So you know what I'm saying, and I got a little bit of Puerto Rican in me too. I found out through my ancestry. So yeah, you know. So I bangs with Big Pun, I bangs with Fat Joe, um, and I bangs with Cuban Link. I think what people got to understand is they had a movement that was so strong for the Bronx, Panda, that a lot of people don't understand that Big Pun was ahead of his time. You know, Big Pun
Facts.
was the Puerto Rican Biggie Smalls. You know, a lot of people got to
Mhm.
look at it like that. He was the Puerto Rican Biggie Smalls, and he only had 2 albums. And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna say something controversial on your channel. I'm gonna say this. I think Capital Punishment is better than Ready to Die.
Woo!
I think Capital Punishment. Listen, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I live in BK. You know what I'm saying? People get mad at me when I say this, but I'm gonna say this again. I think Capital Punishment is a well-produced, well-laced album, production-wise and structure-wise, it's better than Biggie's Ready to Die.
Now you know some people gonna agree with you,
Yeah.
but some people gonna be saying this.
You wildin'. How you gonna say some shit like that?
Listen. I think Big Pun, in my opinion, as an artist, I think his approach to how he had mainstream, underground, street records, a mixture like a gumbo on Capital Punishment, whereas Biggie, Puff had to push Biggie to do Big Papa, Juicy. Like Big
Right.
Pun, he didn't have no problem doing Punish Me, I'm Not a Player, Still Not a Player. He and nobody forced him to do that. These are records that he wanted to do. He was an artist, a true artist. So I think Big Pun is a better artist than Biggie. I think Biggie's a better rapper. Rapper wise, lyrical, yes. But I don't even think lyrical. Let me not say that. Because I think Pun is a better lyricist than Biggie. Let me just say this. I just think rapping, like putting words together, like being like flow wise, witty. Biggie is better lyric on the wittiness. I think Pun is better on the lyrical side, and as an artist, he's a better structured artist than Biggie.
You know, it's that second album, the Yeah
Yeah,
Baby, because he wasn't
yeah,
alive. I feel like it didn't
yeah.
fulfill his vision. Like,
That's what Biggie got him on. Look, and Panda, that's what Biggie, I say this to people all the time. I say Biggie got him on the second album. Life After Death is a better album than Yeah Baby. But their first 2 albums, Big Pun got Biggie on the first 2 albums. Capital Punishment is better than Ready to Die. I don't care what nobody's saying. I'm being honest with you, Panda. Like this is
yeah, but they both legends. But the sad thing is like they don't got a lot of like unreleased posthumous like verses and
yeah,
everything where they could have like worked on like how like Tupac had like tons of
yeah.
unreleased shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
but
that's the unfortunate
yeah,
thing.
but you gotta look at it. What Tupac got over Pun and Biggie is that he just was a workaholic, you know, kind of like Nas and many other artists that you see. But Nas and Tupac is like, I always compare those two because they got a lot of unreleased music and they have like a vault of music. Whereas like Pun and Biggie, they had a lot of music, but they didn't have a vault of music. And
Right,
if Pun
right.
would have lived longer, I think Pun would have still been doing what he's doing, even Biggie. But I just think where like the level that Pun was, like even people listen to Yeah Baby had big songs on it. Like he had 100%. He had It's So Hard with Donnell Jones. So he still had like big records. He just didn't have like, I would say, like what he had on Capital Punishment. Like Capital Punishment, everything was a hit on there. Everything was a
Yeah,
radio.
and I think that Capital Punishment had more of the street records though
Yeah,
too.
it had street records, it had club records. It just had so much hits that you can't even, like, if you listen to Capital Punishment today, right? It still sounds fresh. It still sounds fire. I got 2 CDs of Capital Punishment in my vault. I listen to Capital Punishment regularly. I love the album. I think Pun, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this though,
Mhm.
okay? Because don't you think that like because towards the end of his life, his weight started to affect how long he could rap for? Because you
Yeah,
know, like towards the end of his life, he started just like punching in like line by
yeah,
line. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So the breath control made it difficult. That's why I felt like at times on Yeah Baby, it seemed like he was a little off, bro, like off
yeah,
beat almost.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
And I know Cuban tried his hardest to like help them put that project together after he had
yeah,
passed, but it was like when you're not alive to see the project all the way to through
yeah,
to your vision,
yeah.
it affects it. You know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
gonna lie, like certain records, like the record that he did, this in 50, right? My Turn, he did
Right.
sound kind of a little bit off beat. But like when you listen to
Mhm.
100%, he didn't sound off beat. When you
Right.
listen to It's So Hard with him and Donnell Jones, he didn't sound off beat on it.
Nah, that's a
That's
smash.
a smash. But like the
Yeah.
other records that he had on there, yeah, I agree. He did sound like off beat, like the record with Tony Sunshine. Like certain records on there was like, the flow wasn't like Capital Punishment. Like he was just flowing like water on Capital Punishment. Like everything
Right,
was
right.
like a smasher.